today for our upcycling and repurposing project, we are going to make a mini greenhouse for starting seeds for our spring gardens. So, first let's go over the materials, what you're going to need to make your mini greenhouse. Some people call this a humidity dome. You'll see why when we create ours. So, this is what you're gonna need. We're going to upcycle and repurpose twice in this project. You can use any plastic container that comes with a lid. This one is from my lettuce. That's what I'm gonna use today, but you can also use a blueberry container, strawberry container. Some people use old egg cartons. You can see in my blueberry container that in the lid, there are already holes. So if you're using a fruit container and it has the holes in it, you don't need to poke holes. If you're using an egg container or like my lettuce container, which did not have holes, you're gonna have to poke a couple of holes in the top to let air in. So for our project today, we're going to use the larger lettuce container. Now, in order to plant our seeds, we wanna create sections. So in order to create our sections, we're going to use an old cereal box. We're using my old Cheerios box and scissors to cut the sections. You're going to need seeds for whatever plant you're gonna use. We're gonna use beans, shovel, soil, and water. So plastic container, cardboard, seeds, water, shovel, soil. Let's get started. So before I can fill my mini greenhouse with soil, and then before I can repurpose this, I need to make my sections. So I've already started cutting out my cardboard sections from the cereal container. You need to cut them to fit your mini greenhouse. So I have my two sections here, and then I need one long section. So I take my Cheerios box, I cut my long section, and I put my long section in the middle. I'm actually gonna make it a little shorter. You can play with this until it fits just right. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just separating some of the soil. That's better. So I'm gonna put my section in the middle. I cut a slot in my cardboard, and I see that I need to make it a little bit deeper. And then I'm going to put it on top of my center divider there. Perfect. And then another, which I now know I'm gonna have to cut a little deeper. And then I'm gonna place this one here. Now when you put the soil in, it'll hold those in place, so don't worry if they don't look like they're in the right spot. I have a large bag of soil because this starts the seeds for my whole garden. So I took my shovel, I filled each section with soil, make sure that the levels are even. And so now my filled container has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections to start 6 plants. So it's time to plant our beans. We're using some organic green beans. This is what my family likes to eat. So I'm gonna take out the seeds. And I like bean seeds because they actually look like the bean. So I'm gonna take my bean seed and I'm gonna put it right in the middle of this section. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put the extras on the side. Maybe I'll make a mini greenhouse out of my blueberry. And so you can see that the green beans are planted in the center. I'm gonna cover them all with a little bit of dirt. And then I'm gonna water them just a little. Okay, so we made our mini greenhouse. The green beans are in. We've watered it. We poked holes in the top to let air get in. In about 3 days, you should be able to see some root activity through the side. And so you'll also be able to see the condensation. When you learned about the water cycle in science, you'll see the condensation building up inside of the box. You can actually see it beginning already. You can see it fogging up. And that's the warmth of the soil, and then you're gonna have the condensation of the water, which is what creates that greenhouse effect. In 1 week, you should see some of the saplings coming up. And then in 2 weeks, once your seedlings have grown to the top of the plastic, 2 weeks, they're ready to plant. So if you're starting this mini greenhouse now and you're upcycling your container to make one now, things that you can plant in your garden early in the spring are lettuce, spinach, beans, and even broccoli. All right, good luck, have fun.